Welcome to another episode about Adobe Character Animator. I'm using this program to animate the Steamy puppet for my blog on Steemit, and yesterday I introduced a couple of new animations that I did for the mouse, and now I wanted to show you the program a little bit more. Here on the left side you see all the different layers from the file that I'm using in which Steamy was created. Let me switch to Illustrator here. This is the Illustrator file, the original, which will be seamlessly integrated into Character Animator, and whenever I upgrade something here in Illustrator, it will be automatically updated in Character Animator as well. So let me show you how I structured my file for Steamy. This is really important when you want to build your own puppet. So here in my layers you can see there's a head, and since Steamy doesn't have a body, there is not a second group which I would call body in that I'm losing my words. In that case, here we have a group for the hands, where you can see I have all these different kinds of hands currently deactivated. They can be triggered with a hotkey in Character Animator. Here I have a group with all the different mouths that I'm using. So for example, currently activated is neutral, and you can see I have labeled them all correctly. So this will help me later to find them easier in Character Animator, but also Character Animator will take some of them. So for example, all the lip sync layers which are labeled R, D, E, F, L, M and so on, they will be recognized automatically and therefore rigged without me needing to do something about it. While all these other emotion mouths that I have, like here the tongue, sorry, for example, these will be triggered with hotkeys. Then the next are left eyebrow, right eyebrow, and you can see I have all different groups for all the different emotions, so I can trigger the right eyebrows when I need them. Same goes for the eyes. Here we have left eye with another group for the lids, all the lids for the different emotions, then another group for the pupils, all these pupils for the different emotions. And as you can see, I have added a little plus before some of these groups and layers, which means that I want them to be moved independently from Adobe Character Animator. So something like the pupils, the eyebrows, as well as some other parts of the body can automatically be moved by Character Animator. Okay, so that's that. Let's switch back to Character Animator now. So here we are, and let me show you now what happens with the rigging. So here's the head group, for example, and here on the right you see the tags with a visual interpretation of the face, and the blue outline indicates that this is correctly tagged as the head group, which is useful. Then Character Animator can therefore apply the different physics to that particular group. This is being done because the group has been labeled correctly in the first place. Then when we look at the mouths, for example, here's the neutral mouth, which is correctly being rigged as the neutral mouth, which is an automatic process. And when we look at one of the hotkey layers, now I want to deactivate this one. So here's my OR group. As you can see here, let me deselect this so you can see the mouse. There are all these different mouse now visible, which is not important, because in Character Animator what will happen is when we look at the group here, there are two attributes. There's this little block which looks like a Lego block, and there's a W. W means, when I scroll down here at the right, I assigned the W hotkey. When it's triggered, I activated that all other elements in this group will be hidden, which means all other mouths, whatever mouth is active at that moment, will be hidden. And I added, and this is the Lego block that you saw here, I added the behavior, and the behavior is a cycle layer, which basically means that according to how I set it up, it will show this mouth, which is labeled 1, then this mouth, which is labeled 2, and finally stops at mouth number 3, which is the final mouth for that emotion, while these others 1 and 2 are the how do you say, the intermediate layers. And the behavior also, when you see here, you have several options. When it's it begins when it's triggered with a hotkey. It's going bottom to top, actually, not top to bottom. So yeah, so that actually I said it wrongly. So 3 is the first one that you see, and 1 is the final one. And you can set up how fast it goes. It's set on 1 frame. You can put that up, then it will move slower, obviously. You can say that it cycles only once or continuously. So I did that for the kiss mouth. Let me show you that. So let's go back from R to the next group here, kiss. And here you see the 3 hearts, and they are popping up one by one, but the last heart doesn't stay where it is, or no heart anymore. Instead, it starts over again and creates a loop for this animation. Actually, that's not the group here. So here at the side you see cycle only once, but that is, I'm still on R. I have to go on kiss, and then on a subgroup heart, because I don't want the mouth to be cycled, only the hearts. And here you see I have a different behavior, and that is set on 5 frames here. And on continuously. So it's slower, but continues its job. And then you have forward and reverse. This is useful for the mouth. So I did that. Let's go back to R. Activate this. Show you this here quickly. Here it's forward and reverse. This means that the mouth is opening and then closing again, instead of just popping back to the neutral mouth. Hold on last layer means that that's just staying there until you release the hotkey, which is very useful, because you probably don't want it to end right away. You want people to see the emotion, otherwise it will be gone within a frame, which is super fast. Alright, and then yeah, these are some default things. Let cycle finish, when the trigger ends, and continue after pause. I didn't use a pause here. You can put up a pause in one of these intermediate layers, and then when you press the hotkey it will stop there, and when you press the hotkey again it will continue to the next, and so on. Yeah, and let's have a quick look here how that looks in action. So here is Steamy preparing now a scene for me. I am worrying that this video might get a little bit laggy when I activate this and when I do something about it here now. Let's see. I have to select the puppet and now press my hotkeys, and I hope this is visible smoothly. So here we have the mouth. Oh, by the way, this is set up incorrectly. Look at the mouth. It's just snapping back. So I can quickly fix that. Stay with me here for a second. So it wasn't bottom to top, it was actually top to bottom. So let's go back to the R. Here, layer order, bottom to top. I have to switch that to top to bottom, I think. And that should fix the issue. Let's go back to the scene. See Steamy in action. And let's try the W hotkey one more time. That's it. Now it looks as it's supposed to be. Nice and smooth. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you get more and more excited about Adobe Character Animator. It is just such a cool tool, and I think we can use it for Steemit in particular, for marketing and for just fun videos. So let me know if you want your own puppet, and I can certainly help you get started with that. Alright, take care. Bye.